All right. Welcome to today's class on listings and landing pages. This is Leah with Scott Leroy. And so in today's class, I'm going to take you through Command and show you how to make 3 main landing pages. I'm going to show you how to create a neighborhood landing page for your clients to search neighborhoods that they're interested in. I'm going to show you how you can create an open house welcome sign-in sheet and also a landing page to help promote your listing. I'll also be talking about at the end of the class how listings get into your Command account and how those get set up on your website and app and so forth. So just to give you an overview of what we'll be discussing, first thing we're going to do is log into Command. So if you're not already logged into Command, you'll want to go to agent.kw.com. So again, agent.kw.com. If you have any trouble remembering that, I always think of it like it's the agent login for kw.com. So agent.kw.com to log in. And I would definitely recommend bookmarking that as well. And you can click sign in. Okay. So this username and password, that will be the same username and password as your MyKW account, same username and password as for your Kelly app. So they're trying to streamline all the passwords, which I love. I have one too many passwords as it is for everything. All right, so you can go ahead and put in your password here. That does require a capital letter, a lowercase letter, and a number, if that helps jog your memory at all. But of course, you can always click forgot your password to reset that right away. All right, so now that I am in Command, and if you are still working on getting logged into Command, no worries. We're going to do just a slight bit of housekeeping first to make sure your settings are correct, so you'll have time to get into Command. If you are logged into Command, if you could join me by clicking on your name on the very top right. So your name on the very top right of Command. And we're going to select Settings from that drop-down. Okay, we just need to make sure that all your contact info is displaying correctly because it will autofill onto every landing page you create. So again, your name on the top right, and then we've clicked on Settings. And I would recommend jotting down these steps actually, because this is again how we get back to the Command marketing profile, which is where all your marketing information, your contact information pulls from, like your phone number, your logo, your headshot, your email address. So if you ever get a change of one of those items, you can easily come in and change it in this one spot, and it will change everywhere in Command for the most part. So again, those steps, if you're jotting those down, we clicked on our name on the top right of Command, and then Settings from that drop-down. From here, we need to click on Connect Settings on the left-hand side. And that's where you'll see that marketing profile. And if I scroll down, I can start to see all of my contact information. Now, if this page is completely blank for you, we are happy to set that up for you. So I'm going to put a form in the chat here, just in case after class, if you want to fill out this form, you'll have to copy and paste it into your browser to fill that out, but we will set up this marketing profile for you and your Command IDX website. So if you would like us to do that, again, in the chat, I put the link to the form, so you'll just need to copy and paste that into your browser to fill that out. So outside of that, if you do want to do that for yourself or check over this information, you will need to add in all the information that is required to save it. So for example, I am muted. Can you guys confirm that you can hear me? If you don't mind, someone in the chat. Okay, thank you. Just making sure. All right. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you guys for confirming. I appreciate that. Awesome. Okay, so in this section here, just make sure you're filling out all the fields that either say required, so the headshot is required, just a heads up to save it. Outside of that, you just have to fill in all the fields that have that red star, the red asterisk. You'll see that a lot throughout Command, always marking a required field to allow you to save it, just a heads up. So you can scroll through here to make sure that all of your contact information is correct. Right, because again, all of this information autofills onto every landing page you create into Command. Your smart plans, email campaigns, your IDX website, your mobile app. So literally everywhere, which is awesome that they've centralized it to here, but also very important that you check over this information to verify it's all correct before it sends out to your client. And again, if you would like us to do it for you, we'd be more than happy to. You can grab that form in the chat. But outside of that, I'm going to click Save on the bottom. If you made any changes, just make sure to click Save on the bottom. And that will confirm that it's been saved with this pop-up here. And I can X out. All right, guys. So hopefully you have the notes so you can go back in here anytime you need to change that info. But now let's jump right into landing pages. Okay, and the first landing page I want to show you guys that is possible to create in Command is a neighborhood landing page. So to start that off, we'll actually go into the contact section of Command. So you'll see a menu on the far left of Command. Okay. The best tip on this menu in learning what each icon means is if you click on the KW logo on the very top left, it will pan out what the menu means so you can start to learn the navigation around Command. All right, guys, and really, that's the best way you can learn Command. You can't break anything, so just click around. You know, that's how I learned it. I just went down this menu on the left-hand side, clicked on each item, and explored. I looked at what I had options to do, what my opportunities were with the technology, so then I could figure out what did I want to learn more about. Right? So you can't break anything. You know, this weekend, I know it's stressful to learn new technology, but grab a bottle of wine, a case of beer, whatever, sit on the couch, put your feet up, and play with the technology. Okay, that's the best way you can get better at it, is just playing with it. It doesn't have to be stressful learning new technology. I'm telling myself this too, because I'm always stressed learning new technology, so I do feel ya. But feel free to click around, play with it, and email us if you have questions. We're happy to help you through this. Okay? So that's my little spiel on Command. It's a great system, but just try to play around with it. And we are going to the contact section of Command. And the icon is a little contacts icon. And I'm going to go ahead and add in a test contact to my account. If you already have a test contact, feel free to search for that and use that one. But I'm going to click Add Contact on the top right to go ahead and add in a test contact. And we can name this whatever you want. You can name it Test Contact, you can name it your spouse's name, or your favorite movie star. Either way, it's really important to have a test contact in your database so that you can send yourself emails before it goes to your entire database, right? You always want to send yourself a test before sending it to everyone you know. So it's always great to have your personal email in here. So any name will be fine, but let's go ahead and put in an email address that you have access to. And then we can click Create. So again, guys, here we're just creating a test contact, right, to test on today's class, but also very important to have in your account for all testing, right, before you send to your contacts. So go ahead and click Add Contact on the top right. We added in any name for a test contact, and then our own personal email. And then we can click Create. What are the chances? All right, so we clicked Create on the bottom. And just a heads up, anytime that you add another contact to your database, it'll always take you back up to the top, like to the A's. So if you just added in a contact, make sure you search on the top left to search for that contact to pull that up right away. So let's say I'll do Albus Dumbledore. All right, and I can simply go ahead and click on the contact that I added in to open that up right away. All right, guys, so this is where the excitement happens. So now that I have opened up my contact record, let me give you a real life scenario of when we're going to use these types of landing pages before I show you it firsthand. So let's say I was standing in the grocery store in line, of course, 6 feet away from the person in front of me, but like a good realtor I am, I had my name tag on. So they started asking me about the current market, and I learned that they are looking to buy or sell in about a year. So it's a cold buyer, right? It's kind of far off. However, I got their contact info, and I want to start engaging them in listings to start enticing them to maybe buy even sooner, okay? So let me show you a tactic that you can use for cold buyers to help entice them to look in at homes in the neighborhoods they're interested in, to maybe even entice them to buy sooner. So let's take a look. So from the contact, so we are in the contact record, we can scroll on down to the neighborhood section. Okay. So during this grocery store chat with this potential buyer, he let me know what neighborhood he's interested in. Maybe his wife is interested in down the road in a year ago or a year from now. So I'll come in here and I'll go ahead and click Add Neighborhood. And when I do that, your browser might ask you to know your location. A little creepy, but go ahead and allow it. It makes your life easier for this section for sure. And when I do that, I have the search bar. So I can start searching for the for the neighborhood that my contact is interested in. So let's say he told me he's interested in this neighborhood. I can start typing in the neighborhood, and it will give me a drop-down of different neighborhoods that match my search. And now these neighborhoods will pull from Nextdoor, like the Nextdoor app. So there's no way to change these neighborhood names, right? But that should pop up from the drop-down for you. And I'll show you different workarounds too here in a second if you're not seeing that neighborhood pop up. Okay, so hang tight on those questions. So if I type in, I can continue typing in other neighborhoods that they're interested in, but you'll notice once I selected that neighborhood from that drop-down, it went ahead and added it right here. Right? I can always X out of it if that's not the one I wanted to add. I also see a map of where that is. And I can continue adding neighborhoods in one of three ways now. So the first way is the search that we just did. You can continue searching for neighborhoods. The second way is the suggested neighborhoods. So these are neighborhoods nearby that I can start clicking on to add, right? And see, when I click, it adds it to this list. All right, but the third method is the best method for if you are not able to find the neighborhood by searching for it by name. Let me show you a great workaround, or the best workarounds we've found, rather. So you'll see an option to find on map. So if we click on the Find on Map option, it'll pull up the map of the U.S., and it should show you where you are on the map if you allowed it to know your location. In this case, I would always suggest searching for a location first on the map, even if it's not the actual neighborhood you're looking for. Even if you just search a general area close by to that neighborhood, it'll zoom you in very quickly, as opposed to having to press the plus and minus a bunch of times. So again, first step to this map is I would search for a general area close to the neighborhood you're looking for. From there, you can see it zoomed in to my location, and I can use the plus and minus on the bottom right to zoom in even further. You'll notice as I start zooming in, I see more and more of these, I call them puzzle pieces, okay? Maybe that makes me like 80, but I see a bunch of puzzle pieces on my map here. And if I hover my mouse over any of these quote unquote puzzle pieces, it lets me know, what that neighborhood is named. And if I click on that, it'll go ahead and select it with a check mark. Well, just kidding. Try that one more time. So as we zoom in, you can go ahead and check on any of these right here to go ahead and check those to add those to the list as well. So now in the example I was talking about though, let's talk about the fact that maybe you can't find the neighborhood you're looking for. Again, these neighborhoods are added in by Nextdoor, as in the Nextdoor app. So there's no way for you as the agent to change the neighborhood names, even if you're sure it's not correct. That does pull from Nextdoor, and that's generated, I believe, from the entire community chipping in to get that data together. I believe is how that works. So if that's the case, if you are not able to find that neighborhood, go ahead and zoom in on the map and kind of hover your mouse to check on that. So if this is where that general neighborhood is, right, some of these neighborhoods aren't in here by neighborhood. For example, like Valentine is not a neighborhood in my area. That is a general area. So it's a general area that it would encompass all the neighborhoods in that little quote unquote puzzle piece. So zoom in on the map. Again, if you're not able to find the neighborhood, to hover your mouse to see if maybe, is that neighborhood encompassed in a larger area that I can go ahead and select. All right, so you can go ahead and select that. It will select the, again, quote-unquote puzzle piece. Unfortunately, there's no way to change the boundaries of the neighborhood either. So there's no way to change like the size if you think this is going off into another neighborhood. That again pulls from next door. However, it shouldn't be that big of an issue, honestly, because your client will just see all homes that are generated within this little section here. So if they see a few extra homes, I mean, obviously that's not great because you want them to look in the correct neighborhood, right? But all it will do is show them some extra listings. That's the biggest downfall to that question. So once we go ahead and select the sections that we want, we can go ahead and save it on the bottom. And now we've reached the home stretch of getting to see what we just put together. This is one of my favorite features of Command, so I think you guys are really going to like this one. So now that I have all those neighborhoods added, I see on this map right here, two options, an option to copy the link and an option to preview it. Let's go ahead and preview it. If you want to join me, let's go ahead and click preview to pull up that neighborhood landing page. Now this is the first neighborhood, or the first landing page I want to show you guys in today's class. Let me take you around for a tour. So first of all, starting from the top, here are all the different neighborhoods that I entered in, indicating that my client is interested in. So if I click on any of these, I can see all the listings that are in that specific neighborhood. Again, this is from the client's view, right? This is a tool for your client. Keep that in mind. All right, from here, they can add additional neighborhoods if they would like to. They can also filter their search. So they can filter it by beds, bath, price, and square foot, and so forth. Now, generally, when I show this part, I get a question, which is a great one. How do I indicate the beds, bath, price range on behalf of the client? So they're seeing a little more designated criteria like that. Okay, there are saved searches in Command that I'll show you in just a minute that are meant for more of your hot buyers. So if your buyer is looking to buy like right now or in the next month or so, a saved search would work better for that buyer, as you can put in criteria of a city, beds, bath, price, so forth. Okay, so a saved search will work better for hot buyers, and I will show you that in just a second. All right, so this tool right here is a little better for a cold buyer who maybe is looking a year out, so they can start seeing all the homes in the neighborhoods that they're interested in. And let's say, hey, their wife's scrolling through, sees a home that they absolutely have to buy and want to go see it tomorrow. Suddenly, you are on your way to making a commission that was initially, they weren't interested for a whole year. They now are in love with this home they saw on your neighborhood landing page and need to go see it right now. So that's the idea. All right, so from here, there's a bunch of other tools as well. So we can draw on the map real fast. So on this map, they do have the draw option as well. So similar to the MLS, how you probably experienced, they can draw a certain area on the map as well to pull listings up that way. Okay, so this does give them a nice little listing search that they can filter and sort by, which of course is great, but I want to show you the neighborhood stats on the top right. This is my favorite part of this because I think it's really unique. I don't see many tools like this. So if you want to follow me up, I think the neighborhood stats on the top right. And again, this is where I really think it takes this tool to the next level. So right here, it shows for each of the neighborhoods. We have, the homes for sale, homes pending. We have average price per home, price per square foot, days on market, right? We have all those stats here. Current stats and sold stats. As I scroll on down, I also have a place that I can search for my job. So let's say this client is an out-of-town client and they don't know the area very well. They're getting a new job in your area. They have no idea how close that job is to that neighborhood. So what they can do is they can actually search for their place of work in here. So let's say I'm starting at Bank of America Stadium for any Panthers fans. Okay, and I can see that the neighborhood I'm interested in is a 23-minute drive to my new place of work. And this actually syncs with Google Maps, so they can click get directions right here, and it will pull up directions to their job on Google Maps on their phone. Pretty cool. Scrolling down, they also have nearby schools, which is, of course, always a hot topic. And we also have places, and this integrates with Yelp. So again, great for out-of-town clients who don't know the area very well, right? They can see what gyms are close by, what pizza joints, restaurants, so forth. As I keep scrolling, we'll see more nearby neighborhoods and homes, and of course, all your contact info. And this is where I'd like you to just double check if you want to eye over that all of your contact info looks correct on the bottom here, because this is how it will display on the bottom of all your landing pages. And this all pulls from that command marketing profile where we started class. So if anything looks incorrect, check that command marketing profile, and that'll fix that up. So with these neighborhoods, guys, you can do multiple states. Like I'm on the border of North and South Carolina. I could add neighborhoods in both North and South Carolina for my client. So this is not just specific to one state. All right, guys. I have not seen that these are clickable. That's a question in the chat. I have not seen that any of these are clickable for more info. I realize, yeah, this is a little basic, but maybe you could include in the email to them. And the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is how to distribute this landing page. But, one thing you could say in the email that when you send them this cool landing page you created for them, you could let them know, hey, I'd be happy to provide more information for you. If this is vague at all, you want more info, right? That's why they have you as a resource, to get basic info from here, but they actually need to talk to their realtor to get further info. So feel free to set it up like that when you tell them about this incredible neighborhood landing page that you created for them to search for listings. All right, so let's talk about now how to distribute this landing page best. All right, so if you'll join me, I am in a separate tab. So if you followed me and are looking at this landing page right here, that's in a separate tab. So we want to click on the one that says Command Contact. Okay, so it's a tab that says Command Contact with the little KW logo. Now let's talk about real quick how to go about distributing this landing page. So you have two main ways. Once you have added in neighborhoods, right, that's always the first step. You have to add in neighborhoods first. Once you add in a neighborhood, you'll see this map with two options, right, to preview it or to copy the link. Uh-oh. Okay, 1 second, guys. I hear I'm all broken up. Let me call in to make the audio better. Hey guys, just 30 seconds. I'm going to call in so that the audio is better. Thank you for holding. Yep. All right, guys, let me know if that is better for you now. All right, guys, let me know if that is better for you now. Awesome. Great here. Thank you so much for holding on until I called in. Please keep me posted if that breaks up at all so that we can help you guys with that. And this class is being recorded as well, just a heads up. Awesome. Thank you guys for confirming. I really appreciate it. All right. So now where we were is the question, how do we best distribute this landing page? Now there's two main ways to do it. One way is you can just send it off as a one-time link. So let's say you were talking to your client on the phone, you let them know that, hey, I'm going to create a specialized website for you to search for listings. So you can go ahead and just copy the link right here and send that off in an email. So I have my email up. Right here just to give you guys an idea of what maybe I would write in an email about this. So maybe I would have that up and I would say something like, hello, here is the website we spoke about to allow you to search homes right away. And you can copy in that link right here. Paste in that link right into the email. You can even encourage your clients to bookmark that link, and then they can go view that link any day, and it will have the most up-to-date listings on it. So anytime your client goes to the specialized website that they created for you, or that you created for them, they'll always see the most active listings, which is really cool. Now, with that being said, I do want to talk real quick, this class isn't on smart plans, but if you've heard of smart plans at all, that is the main other way that you can send out these neighborhood landing pages. Okay, so smart plans, and I'll shoot out a little tip video on how to set this up as well to give you guys a better idea. But if you're not familiar with smart plans, that is the fourth icon down on the left-hand side menu. And what I want to tell you about smart plans is what it would do is send out this monthly neighborhood nurture, so this listing landing page. It would send this out either every 2 weeks to your client or once a month automatically. Right? And again, I'll shoot a video over to show you how to set that up. But just a quick overview to show you guys where that would be done. If you want to set this up to be sent to your clients in an automated fashion, like once a month or once every other week. Okay? In the smart plan, that would be the function of the monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan. So I'm in the fourth icon down. It kind of looks like a to-do list with a settings gear here. I just want to let you guys know that in here, we do have a library of smart plans. So at the top, if I select that library, I just want to point out the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture and the monthly neighborhood nurture, two of the most popular smart plans. And what it would do, if you were to activate this smart plan, it would send out that neighborhood landing page either once a month for the monthly neighborhood nurture or bi-weekly for this neighborhood nurture. Okay, and again, I'll shoot out a short little video on how to set that up. You guys learned the bulk of how to do it in adding the neighborhoods to the contact. All we have to really do now is click to add the smart plan and add that contact to it. And again, I'll shoot out a video momentarily on how to do that. If you want to take a look at that after class, it's just a quick 10-minute video to help guide you guys through that. Okay, so that's the second way on how you can distribute those neighborhood landing pages. We can either send it off directly as a one-time email or set them up on a smart plan so that they receive it, every 2 weeks or once a month. Yeah, I love that feature. Very cool. Of course, the way to go for that. So it's automated. You don't have to worry about it. All right, guys. So let's change gears just slightly. We're going to go away from the neighborhood landing page, and I'm going to now show you how to create an open house sign-in sheet and also a listing landing page to promote your listing. So to do that, if you could follow me, the very bottom available icon on the command menu is the consumer icon. On the left-hand side, we have that consumer icon. Very bottom option. This is where you'll go to make any edits to your website, if they get to access the app, okay, and also landing pages. So question in the chat, if you have multiple neighborhoods checked, do they get each neighborhood monthly? They do. They only get one neighborhood landing page, so they'll still only receive the one email, but the one email will show information for all the neighborhoods you have selected. Yeah, no problem. All right, so consumer section of command, left-hand side menu. We are going to click Create New Site on the very top right. So create a new site on the very top right. We have two options when we do that. One is on my agent site, right? So if you want to create a custom page on your website, your command website. The second option is what we're going to focus on in today's class, and I'm going to explain how beneficial this is in just a moment. But that's as a standalone page. So let's go ahead and click on that. So the second option as a standalone page, and click Create Page. And now talk about the definition of a landing page, right? What is a landing page? So a landing page is a great way to market your listings for one, but also, more importantly, to capture leads. So the idea of a landing page, they're also called funnel pages. There's a bunch of names for them, but the idea is offering something of value to the client. In return, they will give you their contact information. So for example, just an example of a landing page. If you were like, here's a 10% off coupon, I will email you a 10% off coupon to Lowe's if you just enter in your contact information below. That would be an example of a landing page. You are offering something of value in return for their contact information, their lead information, right? Or would you like to see a private showing of this listing? Just put your information below and we can schedule a private showing, something of value in return for their contact info. So it's kind of, you can really get creative on this, on how to capture leads, right? So that is the premise of it and how it can be helpful for your business. The first thing I'm going to show you is a open house welcome sign-in sheet, okay, because it's pretty basic. And then we'll go into the listing landing page and we'll go into even more detail. All right. So looking at this page here, first of all, we see a blank page in the center and we see a bunch of widgets on the right-hand side. These widgets are your best friend and make editing these landing pages insanely easy. All you have to do to add a widget is simply click and drag. So let's say I want to start with either my agent branding or branded header. You can go ahead and do that. I think I'll do the branded header. So notice I'm just clicking, holding my mouse, and dragging to the left-hand side the blank page. And then I can let go of my mouse. And you will have the opportunity to edit this information. So if something looks off, you will be able to edit that. So I use the branded header. If you want to just click, hold your mouse, click, drag, and drop. Okay. For this one, since it's an open house welcome sheet, you can do this in one of two ways. First of all, I want to go ahead and add in the lead form at the top. So the lead form right here is the contact submission form. So you'll see that in just a second. If you want to click and drag and drop that over, this is the contact submission form. So when you are having new people walk in your open house, I'm going to edit this name instead and name that for the open house sign-in sheet so that when people come in to the open house, you can have your iPad open or your computer, and you can just have them jot in their information right here. And that lead comes directly to your command database. Love that. All right. So outside of that, because I'm going to show you guys how to edit this. So hang tight. We're going to customize this to make that say open house sign-in sheet, maybe the property address if you're feeling creative. Okay, but one more thing I want to add is the listing. I like this feature, so on the right-hand side, you will see the listing, and this is how we'll promote your listing in general for a listing landing page. But if I click on the listing option, and guys, one more thing to note when I'm dropping these widgets, see that green line that's floating around? All right, that's showing me where I'm dropping the widget, so I can determine if I want it above this contact form or below it. And of course, after you lay a widget, guys, you can always reorder it from these little buttons or trash it. So to see these options, you just need to click on the widget again. You know, so it's not like it's set in stone. You can always get rid of it or move it around. That's no problem. Okay, and as I scroll down, of course, this is just a default listing, but you'll see the general layout before. Oh no. Anyone else know sound? Let me know. Okay. So you can see the general layout of all the information that will show. So now let's actually customize it for, here, hang tight guys. All right, 30 more seconds, guys, and I promise this audio, well, I think this will fix it up. Give me 30 more seconds. I have one more idea. Hang tight. I appreciate it. Okay. I think everyone should be able to hear me now. All right. Okay, I think I fixed it though. I turned off the computer audio, so I think you guys should be able to hear me loud and clear. Please let me know if not. I truly apologize. We switched to a new recording system, so sorry you guys were the guinea pig, but this was really helpful for me for my next classes, so I apologize that you had to be the guinea pig, but we're on track now. I'm glad you can hear me. Yay. All right, thanks guys for confirming. And I appreciate your patience with me. I really do. All right, so now we're on the part where we can go ahead and customize this, right? Because it's still all the general listing information. Goodness. All right, so right here, on the right-hand side, we'll click on Configure Widgets. Darn it. Oh boy. All right, hang on. So on the right-hand side, we'll go ahead and click Configure Widgets on the right-hand side to go ahead and edit this. Now you will have to configure the widgets in order to publish this page. So on the top right, you'll notice that the Publish Page option is grayed out, right? You will not have the option to, great, thanks guys. All right, I switched back to the regular computer, so hopefully we're all set. All right, so on the top right, again, you'll notice that the Publish option is grayed out. That will not be available until you configure your widget. So in case anyone missed me, where I clicked on Configure Widget, on the very bottom right, under all the widgets, so very bottom right, we have the Configure Widgets option. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now, depending on how many widgets you have entered in, you can go through and configure each one of them. Not all of them really require you to do a whole bunch. So for the first one here, since I have the branded header in, I'm going to name this one Welcome to the Open House. So you'll see on the right-hand side, I'll just have to put in the information with that red star, right? I pointed that out in the marketing profile, that red asterisk. That will require you to fill out the field in order to save it. So if you scroll down, make sure any fields with the red star is filled out, and you can edit any of this information right away. And then click Save and Apply on the bottom. I see a note in the chat that your widgets are a weird size. Any chance you're looking at the desktop or tablet view or mobile view on the top left? See if you can switch back to the computer. Interesting. I'd be happy to take a look at your account after. I'm not sure why that wouldn't be showing the full. Make sure your window is fully big as well. But feel free to shoot us an email, support@scottleroymarketing.com if it continues to act funky, and we are more than happy to check on your account specifically, guys, just so you know if you have any trouble. All right, so we're clicking Save and Apply for this one widget here. All right, so we finished that out, and right when I click Save and Apply, that's when you'll see the edited information. And if you put a typo like I did, you can go ahead and fix that immediately and resave it, so no biggie. All right, once you complete the first widget, you'll notice on the top right of your screen, it'll show you how many widgets you have on this landing page. So in this case, I have 1 out of 3, and I can just go to the next widget by clicking that arrow. When I do that, it takes me to the contact form widget here. Again, not a whole lot to edit. All I want to do is put in, please sign in for the open house. Okay, I have the welcome to open house. One of these I can go ahead and put in the property address if I would like to, just so that's at the top as well. But I'm also going to put in the address at the bottom. And we'll save and apply. All right, so you don't see the changes until you click Save and Apply on the bottom right. And then on the top right, we now just have one more widget, guys. We're on the home stretch. So you can see how easy it is to update these widgets, right? We don't really have to do a whole lot except put in like one field. Same here for the listing widget. So of course, this is not your listing, though I wish it was. So we can actually put in the listing we're doing an open house for. All right, so we'll go ahead and click Browse Listings. All right, so I'm clicking on Browse Listings. If you're on this widget, okay, if you're not, you can always watch on my screen. And that will start to search all listings across the entire country, so that you can search for the home that you are doing an open house for. Okay, so you can search by property address, MLS number, or so forth to go ahead and select that property right away. Now, if you are having trouble seeing the listing photos, that's been happening. Firefox generally tends to get around that the best. So if for any reason your photos are not displaying like mine, Chrome has been showing it that way instead, how it's like giving a broken image. However, Firefox has generally been showing the listing photos well. So if you don't have Firefox on your computer quite yet, I would definitely download it. What it will do from here is once you select that listing, it will allow you to select the listing photo straight from the MLS. So it'll pull in all the listings from the MLS. Let's see if it'll display. Straight from the MLS so that you can select the, let's say, main listing photo. Especially if you are doing an open house for a home that's not your listing, you can go ahead and select the listing right from here, and then select the image right from here as well, so that it will display big on your landing page. And again, right now, KWRI is doing a bunch of updates to the system. They said that that should be done over the weekend. So in theory, on Monday, these listing photos should show up in your Chrome browser as well. In the meantime, I would recommend doing this in a Firefox browser if you are adding a listing. All right, and we'll click Save and Apply. Here, I'm going to switch to Firefox so you guys can see that. All right, so once I save that, I now have my open house welcome sign-in sheet. So I could have this open in my actual class. I'm sorry, in my actual open house, so that they can walk in, sign in, and then tour the open house. It'll also give them the option right from here to look at pictures of the home right from here. They can see all the property details, the price, square footage, and so forth, all from this one open house landing page. And we have a short little tip video on this as well. If you would like that, I'll send it out after class as well so that you can, create this and follow along. But all we need to do now is save it. Okay, we need to save and publish it now that we have created this. So what we're going to do is name it. So on the top left, you'll see a dotted line where we want to go ahead and name this Open House Sign-In, or whatever you'd like to name it. It's totally fine. So we are saving it on the top left. You can preview this in desktop mode, tablet, and also mobile. And then you can click Publish on the right side. And yeah. All right, so we published that. So now we have a great question, is where does that get published? And how do we distribute it, right? That'll be the next big question to these. Again, I'm going to pull over Firefox, see if this shows any better. Let's see if we got listings. Yeah. All right, so this is proof that Firefox works better with the listing photos. I switched to Firefox, and now you can see that did pull in those photos. So just use Firefox to create this, and you should be good to go. All right, so the idea. Let's talk about now how to distribute this and where it gets published to. So once you click Publish, right, on the top right, it'll take you back to all the landing pages that you have created. Right, and you probably only have one if you just created that one in today's class. But from here, you'll be able to grab this link. So in theory, for an open house sign-in sheet, right, that's just something you need to have open on your tablet or computer. So you can always come in here and grab that by coming to the consumer option in command and simply click on the link right here, right? And that'll open that up. And guys, when someone fills out that form, right, when someone does sign in, okay, first of all, it goes directly to your command database, so where your contacts are. Secondly, you'll get a notification and the bell icon on the top right of command. And third, you should receive a notification from the Kelly app. So if you do not have the Kelly app loaded on your phone yet, it's a great thing to search the App Store for. It's spelled K-E-L-L-E. Kelly app, and that will give you all push notifications for leads that come in. Now, last thing I want to show you guys is how to create this listing landing page as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you a quick overview of that. So if this one, I'm going to do a little quicker just for time restraints, and I want to show you a few other things. So if you would like to just watch instead on this one, feel free, okay, because what I'm going to show you, and you can also jot down the steps if you would like, that'd be helpful. Yes, this will be on YouTube, guys, after today's class, and I also have this class recorded from a couple weeks ago that I can send to you guys if you want to drop your email that doesn't have, you know, all these audio issues. Sorry about that. But I'd be happy to send that to you if you want to drop your your email address in the chat. Okay, so where we are now is I'm in the consumer section of command. And I would recommend just watching because I'm going to go through this a little speedy. I'm going to click Create a Site, again, on the top right, and then as a standalone page. So this is the same process. Guys, the process we're going to use to create this next one, the listing landing page, is pretty much identical to the open house one. I just like to use slightly different orders. So I still use the branded header, right? I want to show you a bunch of these other widgets too. So if this is promoting a listing, okay, that is the goal right now. You got a new listing and you want a way to market the listing even further. So I can create this listing landing page by adding in the branded header. That's what I added in first, right? And all we're doing to add these widgets is click to drag and drop, that's all. All right, so the listing one, we already did that one as well. Here that is, again, it's just a default listing, but we're gonna change that. So let's take a look at some of the other widgets I didn't talk about already, like the video widget, for example. If you have a virtual tour that you want to add in, you can do that with this video widget. So see that video widget, I clicked and dragged and dropped it over here. Just play with the other widgets just to see what you have options to add. Right? There's some cool ones like your local expert I like as well. So feel free to drag and drop any of these, especially on your practice ones, just to see what kind of widgets you have access to, downloading your app and so forth. I also want to let you guys know that you can add content blocks. So if you want to add just like a text box to write something or add a one-off image, you do have the option to do that. You do have the option to just add a quick text box or a quick image. It doesn't have to be a widget. However, it certainly makes your life easier if it is a widget because it doesn't take any formatting. So, but I just wanted to let you know that is an option. Now, as we know, it's grayed out. The publish page is grayed out because we haven't configured the widgets yet, right? So we always have to configure widgets first on the bottom in order to publish this. So if I click configure widgets, it'll take me through some of the same ropes that we jumped through when we did this for the first time. All right, sorry guys. All right, so configuring widgets. And again, on the top right, it'll show you here how many widgets you have added, and you'll see that it'll start to fill in these check marks as you go through these. So for the branded header, let's say I want to write proudly presenting 123 Main Street. I'm going to check my information is correct and click save and apply. Okay. Now on the top right again, I do see where it says 1 out of 3, so I'm going to the next widget. And this is where I'm glad I get to show you guys this again so I can actually browse the widget or browse the listing and actually see those. Right, and again, guys, you can delete any of these widgets by simply clicking on them, and you'll see a little trash can. You just can't be in the configure widget to delete it. I'll show you that again in a second. So for this listing here, I can now click Browse Listings. So Browse Listings. I can browse by either property address or MLS number. So I'll go ahead and click Select. And here are those photos showing up. So this is what I was talking about, how it pulls from the MLS. So I can click Save and Apply to add in that listing photo. And of course, right, you probably want to pick a listing with like the home photo out front, or if it has a cool pool in the back or cool features, you can certainly add that as well, that photo. And now, last but not least, we're on that video widget. Okay, and this is how we would add a virtual tour of the property. Now, it's pretty easy. All we have to do is use a video URL to go ahead and add in that video. So I can grab that from YouTube real quick. So, for example, if you have that virtual tour added to YouTube, or if your photographer sent you a link to that, all right, you can, I guess we're doing a Taylor Swift video for today. You can grab that link. So again, if your photographer sent you a link to the virtual tour, or if it's loaded on YouTube, you can grab the link to the video. And you can do that, just grab it at the top here. Or I'll click share right on the bottom right. Okay, I'm going to click share to share this video and copy this link. So all I did was click share on the bottom right of the video, click copy. Okay, so now I can go ahead, oh darn it, sorry guys, one sec. Now I can go ahead and paste in that video URL right from here. So you'll see a step right here. It says use video URL. We have that video URL, and you can click save. Now if I scroll down, I see the quote-unquote virtual tour. That's actually a Taylor Swift video, okay? So that's how you can easily add a virtual tour to your landing page. And yeah, I'll send out this video as well, guys. We have a short 10-minute video on how to add these videos to the landing page, so I'll certainly send that to you guys. So before I wrap up class, I just want to talk about now, okay, we have created this this listing We've created this listing landing page. What is the best way to distribute this? Really hot question, and it's a great one. So let's talk about that next. So I'm going to click to publish it on the top right. And click yes. And so here that is, and I forgot to name it. Usually do that. But it's turned on, right? So we know that that is published, but you can always easily turn off the publish option. Now, if it's a listing landing page, this might be a good thing to add to your sign. So if you have a sign in the yard, a listed sign, and you have, I'll see a lot of agents that will get a rider added. They'll get a rider printed with the address to their landing page to direct people instead of, getting a flyer out of a flyer box. They can instead go to this listing landing page to collect all information about the listing. Now, with that being said, right, this is the URL for the landing page. It is crazy, right? No one is going to ride by your sign and be able to read this real quick and put that into their phone. However, instead, you can do one of two things. You can either purchase a domain name from GoDaddy, for example, and if it's your first domain name from GoDaddy, it's 99 cents a year. After that, it's just $12 a year. So it's a pretty nominal cost, and honestly, the best thing that you can do for your branding. If you're not sure what a domain name is, for example, that could be 123mainstreet.com. You're just buying a website address that you can then forward to this crazy website address, so that if someone rides by your sign, they can read on your sign 123mainstreet.com, and it would take them to this listing landing page that we just created. Now, even better, we can do that for you. So if you purchase a domain name like 123mainstreet.com from GoDaddy, feel free to shoot us an email, support@scottloraymarketing.com, and we can help you forward that domain to this listing landing page, okay, so that you can promote that on your sign. You can also share this listing landing page out on Facebook or any social media as well, and if they click on it, it would give them all of the information about the listing, making your client feel, your seller feel like, wow, this is an awesome agent. They created a personalized website to promote my listing. So first of all, it makes your seller happy. And secondly, you can capture leads right from here by adding the lead form. Then all leads will come to your command account straight from this landing page. All right, guys, feel free to drop in your, and a QR code. Yes, QR code, Autumn, great point. That was the other point I was going to make is a QR code can absolutely be made from this as well. So and we can make that for you. If you would like to, let us know that you need a QR code created for one of your landing pages. We can do that for you, no problem at all. Then you can add that QR code to your signs or even flyers so that they can get all the listing info right away. All right, so that's absolutely great point, Autumn. Those are the easiest ways is either by a domain name or a QR code as far as if you want to promote this landing page on your sign. If you're just putting this on Facebook or Twitter or emailing it out, you don't really need to do either of those, just a heads up, just for an easier method. You can just use this link, guys. It's just a little crazy. You can make it a little better by clicking on the 3 dots on the far right to change the URL. But you can see it only changes this part of it, right? So only that's been changed. Still a little crazy, but you can mark it out that direct address on your Facebook page, okay? Because it will link directly to there. Yeah, good point, Autumn. Another good point from Autumn. You're on a roll. Yeah, you can also hyperlink that. So if you want to take this URL and, click here for more information, you could hyperlink that. Thanks. All right, guys. Please feel free to email me any further questions that you have, support@scottloraymarketing.com. I'll be in touch later today with the different tip videos that I talked about in today's class, so stay tuned for that. I'll shoot that over in an email. Other than that, please let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm more than happy to look in your account, so if someone has an issue with your account specifically, shoot us an email, support@scottloraymarketing.com. We would just need your command login and password and describe the issue, and we're more than happy to help fix this up. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. I will be in touch soon with the rest of the videos that we talked about. I hope this was helpful, and thank you guys so much for sticking around through those couple audio issues. I really appreciate your patience. All right, guys, take care. Have a great rest of your day.